Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Doc's Computer Builds. In today's episode, we will be building an under $500 gaming rig, using all new parts except for the video card. As you can see, it is a great lineup including the i5-9400f processor, M.2 hard drive, a fully modular power supply, Gigabyte H370 and Wi-Fi motherboard, a used MSI RX 470 video card, the ITX Silverstone case, and finally one stick of 16 GB of Viper DDR4 memory. First up is the i5-9400f. This is Intel's 9th generation processor and is very similar to the i5-8400. The 9400F has a base frequency of 2.9 GHz to 4.10 using max turbo. It has 6 cores and 6 threads with a 9 MB cache. I picked this one up from my local micro center for $129.99. Next is the Gigabyte H370N Wi-Fi ITX motherboard. This board supports both 8th and 9th generation processors in the LGA1151 socket. I also got this from Micro Center for $69.99. As you can see, it has 2 DDR4 DIMM sockets up to 32 GB supporting speeds up to 2666. It also has integrated graphics supporting up to 3 displays. It boasts 4 USB 3.1 ports as well as USB Type-C. Unfortunately, the Type-C port is not a true Thunderbolt, but rather another USB 3.1 with Type-C support. It also has an M.2 slot, Signal PCE slot and Wi-Fi. Next is the MSI RX 470 4 GB mining card. It was used in mining, but was refurbished and was flashed with the gaming BIOS. People have varying opinions on buying used mining cards. I am just a computer-generated figure, so I don't have an opinion one way or another. For me, I was looking at price point, and at $50 from eBay it was a no-brainer. I picked this Team Group MS30 M.2 SSD from Newegg.com for $30. The MS30 is an M.2 high-speed SSD using the newest SATA 3 6 GB per second interface. Next up is from Patriot. It is a 16 GB stick of the Viper Elite DDR4 memory. It's non-ECC, a memory speed of 2666 MHz, and the latency timings are 16-17-17-36. I went with the 16 GB with the idea that I might want to upgrade to 32. If I want to upgrade and max out my memory, I would only need to buy one stick instead of a new set of 2. This was also purchased from Newegg.com for $62.99. One of the most important components of the build is your power supply. I went with the Seasonic M12-2 529 bronze fully modular power supply for 3 reasons. 1. I am doing an ITX build. I didn't need to buy a high-watt PSU. 2. Space is an issue. I went with a fully modular so I don't have any wires bunched up. Finally, price. After the $10 instant savings from Newegg, and the $20 mail-in rebate, it only cost me $39, which is a great price for a fully modular power supply. The Silverstone SG13, which is the smallest ITX case that can house a full-size video card and an ATX power supply. It has 2 front USB 3.0 ports and sound. It gets pretty tight, as you will see, but everything fits. I picked it up from Amazon for under $60. Okay, so let's get into it. First, you can see that I installed the CPU and M.2 drive. Make sure when you are installing the CPU not to touch anything gold or the socket pins. It's really easy to install the CPU. Just line up the triangles that are on your CPU and your motherboard and then lock it down. The M.2 drive just slides in and it's screwed down. Moving to the heatsink and memory. I went with the stock cooler for price point. Maybe down the line I'll liquid cool it, but for now the stock fan is fine. The next step is to put the I/O shield on, and install the motherboard to the case. I then popped in the video card and front fan. Next, the power supply and plugged in the front USB ports as well. Lastly, I connected all my power cables up from the power supply. Finally, I put the cover on, and there you have it. On my next episode, I will be taking a fat 50mm ammo can and converting it into a sub $250 ITX portable gaming PC. Thanks for watching.
Estaré aquí toda la noche. ¡Hey! ¡Cuidado, niños! Solo porque tu piel de afuera es oscura, no quiere decir que por dentro...